back for another little workout today, and you will need just a towel. I'd say probably about hand towel size. You can also use a longer one too. Actually, you may want a little bit longer because we'll be doing some overhead things. So if you just have a towel ready, keep that here by your side. And we'll get warmed up first with some squats today. So we're going to separate the legs. Make sure that your toes are pointing out. We don't want any strain on the knees. You're going to hold on to the back of the chair, and we're going to just lightly come down into a squat and push up, down, and up. Try a couple here, and then we'll add on if you would like to advance it, or you can take a rest, whatever you need to do. Join back in, or just do the same thing that we're doing here. Continuing to come down and pushing up, pushing those hips forward when you come up, and tightening that core, the abs. Adding one here, you're going to do a little leg raise lift when you come up, and we're going to alternate that side to side. Down, push up, and you just raise that one leg off the floor. Maybe it's not real far, maybe it's just a little step off the floor, that's okay. Wherever you are, we're trying to make it challenging for all levels. A couple more here like this. And we'll try one more to each side. There's one and last one. Okay, stepping the feet just a little bit wider now. Toes are out, and we're going to take a lunge side to side. So you're just going to bend the one knee, other leg stays straight, coming over, push back up, and then bend the other side, bending that knee, never letting that knee go over the toes. So you might want to look down, just make sure that your knees are not going over past the toe length. If you need to adjust, you can separate the legs a little more, or maybe not go down as far. That's fine. Everybody needs to know their limitations. Try a couple more here, stretching out that inner thigh as well. Side and up, side and up. Let's try one more to each side, and up, and last time, and up. All right, walking those feet back together into the center, still holding on to the back of the chair. This time we're going to take your one leg, and you're going to step out and then step back together, all one side. So we're stepping out that same leg and then step back together. Put some weight onto it. So you're shifting the weight from foot to foot, and then bringing it right back to center. Last one on this side, and then we're going to take it over to the other side. So starting here in the center, and then stepping out and bring it back. Step out and back. Trying to keep those toes pointed forward. You don't want to be turning the foot out or twisting, rolling the ankle at all. It's just a little step and back. Two more on this side. And then we're going to alternate side to side. Last one right there, alternating now. So it's going to be a step out, come back to center, other foot, step out, and back to center. Out and center, out and center. Trying to make sure you're standing up nice and tall. Keep the shoulders back. Practicing good posture always. And keeping that head and neck in line with the spine all the time. Trying one more to each side here with this one. And back. That's our last time for those. We're going to do a step back now. So still holding on or balancing fingertips at least on the back of the chair. So you're going to step back, put some weight into that, and then step back to the front. Same leg, back and front. Be the same type of combination we just did. We're going to do repetitions on each leg and then alternating legs again. And one more time on this side. Hope everyone's staying nice and cool now that we went right into summer weather. And stepping back, other side and front. I even had to turn my air conditioning on. Who would have guessed? Like right after Memorial Day. Not even through May yet. Couple more here on this side, getting ready for alternating after the next one. Last time, stepping back and front. Now we're going to alternate it. Back and front, other side, back and step front. A couple more here to each side. And that's okay if you're not going quite as fast. You can go at your own pace. Or if you get tired, just stop, take a break, join back in when you can. Let's make this our last good one on each side and front. Okay, next one is going to be a knee lift. So again, holding on same positioning back behind your chair. You're going to bring that knee out to the side and you're going to lift it straight up and down. We're going to alternate right away because you're going to be working those hip flexors on this one. Also using a little bit of quads, bring that knee up. Again, if you've had hip replacement maybe or something, you want to modify a little bit on maybe the angle. You're not going to be turning out as far. This is also a hip opener. If you do a lot of walking, good to get the hips opened up after that. Now let's try a couple more here, alternating like this. And then we're going to do doubles. So it's going to be 2 lifts each side and down, and then other side, 2 lifts and down, back to that original and down, and other side, lift and lift. Try one more to each side through this series. Finish out this set. And bring it down. Okay. Coming back now to seated. And go ahead and have a seat. We're going to take the arms. You can use dumbbell weights if you would like, or cans. I didn't bring my cans down today, so I'm just going to use my arms and hands to show you the motions. First one is a reverse curl. So we're going to bring arms down to the side, sitting up nice and tall, shoulders back, and then bringing right up towards the shoulders and down. So the back of my hands are facing forward to you. Bring it right here and down. I think you'll start to feel these after a little bit, especially if you're using some weights. Do a little bit higher repetitions. Since I'm not using a weight, you can lower if you want to do the weights. You just wouldn't do as many. And let's try 3 more here. And here's our last one. Okay, now bringing those elbows out to the side like a scarecrow arm. Hands are hanging down, and you're going to push and extend straight out and let them come back down. Push and extend out, squeezing at the top of these moves. Squeeze and hold. Let them come down slow, not just letting the arm drop. We want to work that muscle both ways. So it's a controlled move and nice, slow and steady. You may start to feel this in your shoulders a little bit, especially if you're not used to doing them. And let's try a couple more here. And last one. And bring it down. All right, let's actually take some shoulder rolls to the back. Nice back and around. And bringing those hands to opposite arms. And let's just lift up a little bit, stretch it up overhead. And bring it back down right to chest level. And let's take a twist over to the side. And back to center. And other side. And back to center. And drop. Shake it out. So we're going to put either, if you want to do weights, you'd be holding the weights here together in your two hands out front. You're going to sit forward just a little bit in that chair so you're about in the middle. You're not leaning against the back. Arms are going to be straight starting right here. And you're going to lift straight up overhead and back down to chest level. Try a couple in this position, and then we'll show a next position. Then we'll do a combination of the two. Halfway through here. And last one. Now starting out here, chest level, you're going to bring it down through the chair and lifting back up. Pull down and through and lift back up, right about the chest level. Hold those bellies in when you're bending forward. Pull them in and back out of the way so that you have room to bend forward here. Let's try two more here. And last time. So combination looks like this. We're going to start out up overhead, stopping here in the center at chest level, and then down, pull through, back up to chest and overhead, chest level, down through, and back up and hold. Up and front, down and front. Try one more through with this combination. And stopping here, bringing those arms in. And now we will do a side-to-side twist. So if you want to, if you're having your weights, you're going to hold them here about chest level again. If you're just using your arms, you can kind of straighten out if you want to make it harder. You're going to pull it in closer to the body to make it easier. So I'm just going to be right about here, and we're going to keep it up about shoulder level, and we're going to just twist it over to the side, back to center, and other side, and center. Core is held in and tight, abs pulled back. So really stretching around that side. You can turn the head if your neck is okay with that, with the body. Kind of looking over that shoulder and back to center. And last time to each side. Here we go. Center and last side and center. Okay, now taking the hands, and even if you want to clasp them together, you can interlace the fingers if you'd like. I'm going to bring the knees a little bit closer together and sitting front on your chair. You want to have room. We're going to do the figure 8 pull, so it's going to be down, cross, twist, and down, cross, twist. Almost a rowing action too. Let's say that. We're rowing side to side. Still not forgetting about the abs, keeping those in and tight. We are working those during this exercise as well. And last time to each side. Here we go, down and up. All right, and let go of the hands here, and we'll go into our sit to stands. So we're going to start out seated, and then we're going to stand up and sitting back down. All right, if those are getting a little easy for you, we can always add some arms. So we're going to bring them down to the side, up, reach up overhead, and sit down and pull down. So up and then reach up overhead, back down. Just making sure you know where that chair is and you're sitting right in the middle of it. Maybe your hands have to come down first to feel the sides of the chair. Make sure you're not moving at all. Don't want anybody to be sitting on the floor. All right, probably through our first set here. So let's come up, stand, reach, and then we're just going to sit back and pulsing right here, like you're going to sit down in the chair, but not quite. So letting the bottom come down, pulsing it out, working the top part of those legs, the quads right now, pulsing into it, and then pushing back up and swan diving the arms out and around. Okay, very good. So we have a couple stretches yet I'll show you with the towel next. And go ahead and have a seat back down on the chair. And then we will go into, get your towel set here, go into our back scratch first. So we're going to bring an end of that towel over. You're going to hold on to the one end up here at the front. Other arm is going to come around your back and holding on to that. First one we're going to do is pulling with that top hand, just stretching that bottom arm a little bit. Not too hard, but just so you feel it. Nice stretch there. And then pulling down with the bottom hand. Now you're stretching your top, trying to keep that elbow straight and towards the ceiling, kind of in close to your ear if you can. If you have shoulder issues or anything, you're not going to be able to take this near as far. That's okay. You are only going to stretch it to where you feel it. Again, pulling up with that top hand and arm. You're stretching the bottom one now. And then pulling down with the bottom hand, stretching up. And then if you want to try walking the hands together, I can show you here. You're just going to keep walking those hands and fingers close together till maybe you can touch your fingertips here and hook on. It's okay if you don't. Have to really be stretched out with the shoulders on this one. And releasing. So now we'll go over to the other side. You're going to throw that towel over that shoulder. Hand here. Other hand coming around back. And then first one, you're pulling up with that top hand. Stretching. This is another one, a good one to do after the shower. If you have your towel and you're drying your back anyway. You can kind of practice it after you've been in that warm water. That kind of feels good. Just stretch out the arms and shoulders then too. Good time just to, you'll have that towel out there. Again, pulling up. And then down. And then if you want to walk those hands together, try to get them to meet up in the back and just hold that there. Should feel good. Feels good to me. Okay, next one is going to take one hand, either end here, and holding it here, we're going to stretch it all the way up, pulling back just a little bit just to stretch out those shoulders we just did, and coming back down, top of the legs, and raise up again. I'm doing it nice, slow, controlled, evenly. Raise and lower that towel, up and down, and up and down. Last time here. Keeping it up overhead now, let's take a twist over, side to side. Just stretching out. And last time here, taking it now a side bend. So keeping the arms straight, you're gonna bring it over to the side, nice side body stretch, back up to the top and over to the other side and back up. You can do as many of these as you like. I'm not gonna show a ton on the video here today, but good one to practice at home. We'll have this be our last one here. And now I'll show you just a little bit with the legs and feet. I give those arms a little break. And we're going to put a foot inside of the middle of that towel. And you're going to be holding one to either end here. We're going to practice pointing our foot, push against that towel. So I'm pulling back with my arms a little bit. And then flexing the foot. Let it come all the way back. Nice hamstring stretch there, and point again, and flex, and point, and flex. You can hold on to that if you want to try to raise just a little bit, raise that straight leg for a little bit more of a hamstring stretch, and lowering back down. Let's go over to the other side. We have one more foot to do here, and we're bringing it up. And then we'll point and flex those toes back and point and flex back. Last time, pointing and flex and raising up for that hamstring stretch and lowering back down. Okay, that's what I have for you today. Thanks so much. Until next time, be safe and healthy.